This is your foundation. How to successfully grow your wedding business. Weddings Made Simple.
Well, if you're anything like me, you get stressed out before starting an edit, thinking, what if I mess up the couple's story? Or what if I can't find the couple's story? Well, I have good news for both of us. There's only one story in the wedding film genre. So let's take a look at the traditional 3-act story structure and then apply it to the wedding film genre. Here it is. You'll see that it's not complicated. We have Act 1, beginning, Act 2, middle, Act 3, ending. Really not that complicated. In terms of a wedding, Act 1 is bride and groom look forward to getting married. Act 2, bride and groom get married. And Act 3, bride and groom celebrate with family and friends. Or in other words, pre-ceremony, ceremony, post-ceremony. In terms of emotion, what are the emotions we're trying to evoke? Well, in Act 1, where we have the prep and the getting ready and looking forward to the ceremony, we want to feel anticipation, expectation, nervousness, maybe even a little bit of stress. The point of every Act 1 in every story ever is to introduce tension that must be resolved. Act 2, this is where the excitement starts to spike. Our heart is supposed to be beating faster and faster and faster until we hit the climax, which is the kiss and the pronouncement. And then we feel joy, bliss, thrill, peace. And note how these emotions resolve the Act 1 emotions, just as the Act 3 events resolve the Act 1 events. That's just how humans are wired to engage with and retain information through story. So keep this 3-act emotional journey in mind. Now I have one more story arc to show you, and you've probably seen this before. This is called the character's journey. We have the setup, the inciting incident, the rising action, the climax, the success, the falling action, and finally, the resolution. In terms of what this might look like in a wedding film, well, you could say the setup, well, that's your establishing shots. That's where you introduce our main characters, the bride and the groom. For the inciting incident, we want to talk about the getting ready and the letter readings, and maybe we have the officiant saying, "Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to celebrate the marriage of this man and this woman." Rising action. This is where we really start to move into that ceremony buildup. We show the bride reveal to her bridesmaids. We show the first look and the first touch between the bride and groom. All these events that are building us up to the final moment, that climax that we've all been waiting for, the kiss and the pronouncement of man and wife. From there, we move to success. This could be the portrait sessions with the family, or the epic couple session with the sunset in the field next to the venue. From there, we move to the falling action, where we show the reception, we show the dancing, the first dance, the mom and son dance, the father-daughter dance. And then finally, we move into the resolution, which is the grand exit, when the bride and groom drive away into their happily ever after. This is just a general guide, of course. Each couple is unique, and they have their own personality and their own backstory and themes that you'll want to incorporate into the edit. But this is the framework of every wedding film, and if you have content that doesn't flow into this 3-act emotional journey and the 7-part character model, it probably shouldn't be included. Even if it's a hilarious voiceover snippet from the father of the bride talking about his daughter's first crush, or maybe the most gorgeous sunset shot of the best man and his girlfriend. If your wedding films are not following this 3-act emotional journey and the 7-part character's journey, you probably have to question if you're really understanding the genre, engaging emotion, or serving the couple. Now, you may find this limiting, but I tell you what, there's a reason why Avengers films earn billions in the box office compared to the indie filmmaker who's only making movies that speak to themselves. Because if we in our core human psyche can't understand it, we're just going to lose interest, no matter how sparkly the edit is. As Donald Miller says, if you confuse, you lose. Choose clarity over cuteness and cleverness. So join me in the next video where we'll start to practically apply what we've been learning.